The 5th of Jack again when I go out tonight. They say I was drunk, I threw a punch, I called some big old bouncer dumb. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with the VeVe, OMI, DEFFINITY, DEVVE, daCat update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways or Patreon, smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Let's get this bread, shall we? Let's shout. What do I title? All right, VeVe transactions up. OMI, DEFFINITY, daCat, DEVVE, FIAS, Pokemon news. Yes, we do have some of that as well. No, it is not VeVe related, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. The fear and greed index is actually up to 13, which it was 5 a couple weeks ago. Then it was 11, back down to 9, back up to 11, and now 13. I haven't seen any clear news on this, but I saw Hash Crypto Real, so take this with a grain of salt, that oil was crashing today, so it went down to like $81 a barrel. I think this is Brent crude oil, from 119 to $81, the biggest single drop in history, and that was unexpected, supposedly because Trump considered taking over the Strait of Hormuz. I honestly don't know. Opening access to oil routes. CBS did report it, according to Watcher Guru, as well. So we're going to see exactly what goes on there. And Bitcoin was actually up to $69,000 today. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69. It is back down to 68.4, but we actually reached 69 a couple of times. Good omen, I believe. Ethereum, it was up to 2K. Actually, it was up to almost $2,050 at one point. It is back down a little bit, but to 1992, not too much down below it. There is, if you have a large bag of DEFFINITY, they might, I think they're going to do like an equity swap. If you want, like it's optional. If you have a large amount of DEFFINITY and you want to actually purchase shares in the company, you can. Let me know. Give me a ring. Drop me a line, message. Send me a telegram. Singing telegram. So Rugrats, Stu Pickles reference. It's a really old one. It's like 30 years old. Maybe not that old. 25. Whatever. We're going to get to the rest of the news at some point, but I guess just because I feel like some people are clicking on here for Pokemon. So there was a public sale of a CGC, not the best label that you want, but it's a CGC 10 Trophy Kangaskhan. This is one of the ones that I had. I had a PSA 10, a little bit higher. Obviously, a 10 is a 10, sold for $640,000 via Golden Auctions. But the reason why I bring it up, well, one, because at the top, you have a BGS black label. Everything's a 10. The corners, the whitening, the edgeware, the surface, the centering, it's all a 10 out of 10. I don't think any of the Trophy Kangaskhan's would actually get that. Most would get like a 10 on like the centering and the front. Even the one that I had, the teeniest tiny, it would have gotten like a 10 on everything except for I think like the edgeware, which would have gotten like a 9.5, or the edgeware was fine. Tiny bit of whitening though. So it probably would have got a 9.5 in that on like the surface of the back. But it's still, so BGS label, black label 10 out of 10. Then it's a gold label 10, where you have, that's what mine would have been. It would have been 3 subgrades out of 10, 1 at a 9.5. Then you'd have a PSA 10. Then you'd have a, then I think you might have CGC. That would be the number 410. And then honestly, a 9.5 where you have 2 BGS subgrades in a 10 and 2 BGS subgrades in a 9.5. That might be, that's probably lower than CGC 10 because people want the 10, but the card would actually, the quality of the card might actually be better. And then you have tag, which like nobody cares about. But be advised, I had the record until this. Like I had the record of 279, and that was in 2021. So about half a decade later, it's done a 2.5x. So that is really nice. And actually, if you're to do 6 years, because I bought mine in 2020, for 80K, that's actually like an 8x, which is insane. Probably should have kept that. Anyway, aside from that, there's another private sale of Pokemon, a PSA 8 that just took place for $80,000. I think he got a good deal. I think that is probably going to be, and again, like, why now? I think because, well, I'll say this: Pokemon hits euphoria like every 5 years. 2016 had it because of Pokemon Go. It was the 20-year anniversary. Pokemon Go, it was insane. Cards went up. Petered out for a couple of years. 2018, pretty low. 2019, definitely buyer's market. People were selling first edition PSA 9 holos for like $20, $15. I literally got one for $14. It was nuts. Dude, I get so many freaking spam messages. And again, it was crazy. Like, that was like 2019. Like, that was ridiculous. Then it started to go up late 2019, 2020. Pandemic happened. Vroom! Everyone's getting those $1,200 checks every month. People were not spending that responsibly. So yeah, it went crazy. And in 2021 was like the peak. Then it went down for a couple of years. So again, it's like every 5 years, around like the anniversary, 20 years, 25 years. It's a 30-year anniversary. And you had Logan Paul just pump the shit out of this. So yeah, I believe that we might have a little bit more, room in it, maybe the rest of the year. But if, again, this happened to, I don't want to say cycles, because Pokemon's not, it's just buyers and sellers market, but about every 5 years, that is usually what happens with Pokemon. Again, I do think it goes up a little bit more. If this was a PSA 10, this would be $800,000. If it was a BGS gold label, might be around the same. If it was a BGS black label, $1 million. Because like those, there would only be one of those. Those don't exist. I don't think I've seen any that would have gotten that. Even mine would have gotten, like, one of the subgrades would have been a 9.5. Also, this one, oh, I thought it had a swirl. I don't know if it does. Anyway, a private sale took place with my friend for a PSA 8 for $80,000. I think in the next 6 months he'll be able to sell that for 100-something thousand. Good stuff. Anyway, that is the Pokemon news that I wanted to go over. I will be getting into this again, but I mean, I don't want to be buying at the top. And I don't say this is the top. It might not be. Again, a PSA 10 of these, $800K. CGC is generally considered lower tier than PSA, and then BGS Black Label. We got Turtle Gal saying, Randy, sounds like more Fidgetals are incoming. What do you think would be the best combination of drop sizes, chases, rewarding collectors, and scarcity? It depends on the IP, because you're going to have, like, let's say like daCat. We're going to take 2,026 digital and about 2,000 physical. There's my little daCat, my little guy. And I could probably sell out 35, maybe 5K physical eventually, because I have a couple of contacts now in like the book publishing and the what do you call it, and the some comic store business as well. They take some. So I'm confident I could do 5K by the end of the year. But again, you want it to be scarce, and I want the first print run to be a little bit scarcer. I'm not saying we're gonna definitely do a second print run, but I feel like the timing is gonna work out really well, where we get. I mean, the only thing that's really holding us up is really just the artist. And I don't want to say that in a negative way. He's just got so much on his plate. Eventually, this is going to be his full-time job, and it's going to be awesome. We'll do a deal with him where he gets paid a bit. Right now, we're all like, I'm not taking a salary. He's not taking, like, we're not getting paid for this. Eventually, we'll take a little something, but yeah, now it's a passion project, pre-revenue. But because of that, again, we're not this huge IP. Like, if you had like a Coca-Cola thing, if you had a like, again, like those little snow globes that Coca-Cola has, they're like, okay, They came with the physical, or if there was, yeah, like if they did like a fig pin of that, yeah, that would be dope. And I do think that, remember, and this is going back 20, not even 20 years, 20 years ago, Facebook didn't even exist. Did it? No, it was like 07 maybe. And even then, like kids couldn't get a hold of it. Like you could only get into Facebook if you had a college email. And then after that, they opened it up to like everyone. But 15 years ago, on the phone, the Facebook, this, that. And then slowly but surely, those kids kind of grew up, and all of a sudden, I distinctly remember a friend telling me that he was in the delivery room with another friend. After they had delivered the kid. Now, granted, it's the wife's like second kid, third kid. They're about to hand the newborn baby to her. She's like, "Hold on," had to finish up a post on Facebook. My friend goes, "Bro, we gotta get in Facebook." It was a thing. Like the chokehold that it had on us with Farmville and everything was what MySpace, Facebook. It was wild. Now Facebook's just for old people. I use it mostly for memories. Honestly, just memories. My SciDuck page, because I run a SciDuck page on there. I'll show y'all. If y'all want to interact with me more on the daily, do I have? Oh, look, there's a couple of people that asked to join my SciDuck appreciation. Stephanie Maples, approve. Gloria Paravina, I have no idea who she is, approve. Everyone's joining. Fernando Rojas, approve. Edith Flores, approve. Vince Cardiello, approve. And some posts I have over here. Okay, the posts, it looks like they are not showing up. One post. Somebody else? Oh, okay. This is an Espeon, but you know what? Close enough. Approve. Oh, there's a cute little SciDuck. We're gonna approve that. It's called SciDuck Fan Club, SciDuck Appreciation. 10,000 members strong. Okay, so again, that's what I use it for. Facebook memories, and then that. But now it's old people. I promise I have a point here. This digital revolution with the NFTs, like remember in 2021, 2022, you had what's his name? What's the skinny guy? He's tall, Pete Davidson. I feel like not that classically good looking, but he gets some beautiful women. So that's off to him. They had a skit like, what the heck's an NFT? It was supposed to be like a Eminem without me skit, but what's an NFT? It started off where people, only kind of the younger tech people, kind of knew what it was. I feel though that it's fairly similar to Facebook and social media, where back in the day, yeah, it was kind of hated by older people or hated by people that didn't understand it. And now the people that hated it the most, like Facebook, what's this Facebook? Now suddenly, like people my parents' age, that's all they do. That's all they're on. Like they're like talking to themselves over there. They probably wouldn't know the difference between talking to a person and a bot. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people, that's that. So I feel like something like Coca-Cola, where you have like grandma and grandpa, they're like, oh yeah, I remember these Coca-Cola commercials, Super Bowl, thanks, Mean Joe. Going way back with those Super Bowl commercials, really showing my age there. They would get that nostalgia. Again, what's some of the biggest sales that have gone on? Boba Fett, 69 million OMI. Darth Vader, whatever, like 7K worth an OMI is. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like this isn't like a recent thing. Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has stayed relevant because it's an awesome IP. Like you had obviously the 80s cartoon, then they had the Power Rangers crossover. You had a couple of those actual live action movies back in the day. First one great. Second one not as great. Third one try not to talk about. Michelle Ivy, who's been on the podcast, love her. She's amazing. She's keeping that spirit alive. You had the Megan Fox movies, also great. You had a couple of animated movies. So again, it stayed relevant over the years. But again, it's not a new IP. It's not recent. It's not like even like Dora the Explorer, like 20 years. Like it's nostalgic to older people. Like we're old. Like we are like we're old. But I think it gets to the older people as well, and they're going to be the ones that are older people, probably a little bit, obviously a little bit behind the times. But they are not going to be there forever. Like they're behind the times now, the last 10 years, whatever. But in the next 5 years, especially because was it Brooks say at the end of heck's that movie with Red and Brooks and you know the movie I'm talking about, not Redemption. No, what is the with Andy Dufresne? From Shawshank Redemption. It was Redemption. Okay, Shawshank Redemption. He said the world went and got itself in a hurry. You know, like Brooks. The world was getting itself in a hurry. Same thing as Shawshank. And older people might be behind the times over the last 5 years. But in the next 5 years, I think they'll catch up at least to where we are now, or at least where we were 5 years ago in NFTs, you know, to the moon. I think that's where they'll probably be. Or maybe where we are now, you know, I don't know. And I think that comes in it's an easier pill to swallow when they get the physical attached with it. And some might not even care about the digital. They're just like, I don't care about this digital. I just want stocking stuffers for my kids. Which is why I don't have like a family, right? But how many people like do stocking stuffers? Is stocking stuffers like still like a thing? Christmas? I don't know. I don't do it. But I feel like if you're a kid now, like, do you want a stocking stuffer of you know, with the igloo thing, the snow globes, or do you want like a skin in a game? I feel like the 15 and under crowd would like a skin in a game, and you know they might cost the same thing. So it might go two ways. You might get the older people come in, they get stocking stuffers for the kids, which again for Fidgetals I'd love to see for VeVe, because what have we had? We've had KFC, which is great. I love this guy. VeVe Gold logo, also really great. The fig pins are awesome. But we've been very limited in the amount of physical stuff that we can get. And again, there's enough product that VeVe has in order to do a whatnot stream, you know, every Thursday or every like once a week. And I get we would want more users here, but I want the people to be able to buy that every day. And I know for that, like we need more product, which we don't have right now. I'll probably help David out with that. Be like, okay, we'll work out a deal with some daCat comics. You take X amount, and then you know have a bunch of people buy them if they so choose. My guy, I don't know why people like to text me as soon as I go live or right before I go live, but that is a sacrifice that I make as a very low level influencer. So it'd be scarcity, it'd be small stuff, because we don't want like these huge ass things. I mean, I do sometimes, but also, you know, that's a lot. I think something small, even like the noggles, even like these guys. It's cool, but it's also like big. Like there's like 20 of these things, you know? Talking about thickness too. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's 16. Third, right? No, 8. Yeah, 16. Okay, 16 of these things. I don't know. Yeah. So I feel like doing things that are smaller, but have a digital twin, be really dope. Be really dope. So that's my idea. Smaller, scarce, like The smaller, the scarcer, the better. Echo 712 saying, what up? What's going on? Yeah. Booth saying, what that? What's going on, Booth? How you doing, fam? Yeah. We got Echo 712 saying, how does the ang drop work? Saw a video with him betting all 4 elements or some kind of crap. Dude, I don't know. They Emoji might have accidentally given us some alpha yesterday. He said that if you put an item next to ang, that he'll bend different elements. And they just came out with a post that said the first Avatar the Last Airbender digital collectible on VeVe is the one and only ang. Now, this can be interpreted as one or two different ways, like the one, the only Colonel Sanders, like, or it could be like, hey, this is the only Colonel Sanders that you're ever gonna get. And honestly, probably. But like, how are they saying this? Are they saying it as like, are they announcing like a boxer, like the one, the only Randy Chavez, or is it like, hey, this is the only ang that anyone's ever gonna get? I don't know why they would limit themselves and put themselves in a box like that, because what if it does really well? What happens when we have 500,000 people here and there's only 2,000 angs and they're pissed off because they can't get them? What then? Riddle me that, Batman. Looking at this, I'm thinking like that's really putting themselves in a box. That's really limiting themselves by saying that you're only going to give out 2,000 angs and 200 secret rares, so 2,200 angs. So I'm hoping that we get multiple versions of ang, but I don't know if that's the case. Like it's not clear to me. Again, Emoji did say that the way he interpreted that, maybe that's a kind of a cover, maybe he actually knows, that depending on what you put next to ang will determine what he does as far as, but I don't see us getting any items in this drop. Maybe they're a future drop. I don't know. We'll see. Omar Loves Homies says, good evening. Good evening. Yeah. Space Penguin, give me the fire, straight fire. Yeah. C-Spill, hey Randy. Yeah, what's going on, C-Spill? How you doing? We love you over here. We love everyone. Wes saying, so OMI would have to go to 1.4 cents just so you can cut even to the Kangaskhan card you sold for OMI. That's hard to say because what I sold for it, or what I sold it for, I mean, some of it went to VeVe, but also, I mean, some of it went to other stuff too. But also, I've dollar cost averaged on OMI as well. But if you're just going with what I had on Trophy Kangaskhan, let's say 200K went to OMI, and let's say it was at the top. So was that like 30 million? That would have to reach. Well, I mean, I guess if it's just at the top at 007, it would just have to reach 007. So that's the. I mean, but that's the money that I would have to get back on the time that I sold the Trophy Kanga into that. So I guess if you want to look at it that way, yeah, not including the other DCAs and the other stuff. Boo saying, was posting clips of all the time, said, oh, $10. 10 video. Yeah, you told me about the Wes. I gotta hand it to you, bro. I don't know where you found the video of me drinking the milk. Like, so that was me in Kuwait. It was in the dispatch office. It was probably exactly 10 years ago. I don't know. Does Wes have access to my Facebook and going on my memories? Like, I don't. Although I don't know if I had the stash early in the deployment. That might have been later in the deployment. But yeah, I gotta hand it. I didn't know that video existed. Golf clap for finding that. Honestly, 100 million OMI is 100 million OMI. Still a good buy. Yeah, I'd like to get more. I don't want to buy here in case that it goes down to like the quad zeros again, which is possible, not gonna lie. Down 2.5% on the day to 0001123. $30.4 million market cap. We're actually down to 0.00110 before a massive sell wall. Honestly, this is probably like a couple $1,000. Like I just feel like there's not, yeah, on base $23,000 in light. Like there's not a ton there. But yeah, I am. Oh god. And I was even talking to a buddy of mine before about this because he's got a decent amount coming in. I think he's got like 130. 30 of which said he would go to just like, I'm just going to use that to like chill for a while, complications, spoilers girl. And out of the other 100K, he's just like, yeah, I want to go all in on OMI. I was like, listen, you can do that. I mean, I don't think it's going to spend all, I think it's going to spend like 70, 80K on OMI. But I was like, you can do that. And yeah, it's not a bad price to buy in if you're in for the long term, but be advised, we can get cut in half, no problem. Bitcoin and ETH go down, like Bitcoin goes down to, 45K, or ETH goes down like, 1,200, whatever. Like you could see a quad 0.7, quad 0.6 OMI, even lower. And he's just like, I don't care. I want to get this. I was like, okay. So there's people that, again, in the short term, because I do believe it, if it does do that, it would only be for the short term. And there's a chance it doesn't do that. We've seemed to have had significant buy pressure around the 0.0010 price. I think last time we got to 0.00109. And again, there's just so much good quality stuff out there. Like for example, the Definity would change like no percent today. It's $1.6 million market cap. It's like slightly more than double of what daCat is, which is insane. Like we know that's insane, right? There's more, like the amounts they're making is nuts. And if that wasn't enough, like, and them to be just double of what daCat is bananas. BANANAS, bananas. Nope, not doing that. Give me 1 second. And meow. Kupriua. I have to do something here real quick, but it won't be too long. And meow. We're gonna do yes. I'm good. Yeah, feeling around, baby. Oh wow, that was not a lot of time. That was not a lot of time at all. But we should be good. We should be good. Okay, we're good. Okay, let's do Pokemon. We did a little bit of OMI here. Let's do some DEVVE and FIAS. We do have some news from Tom. Heck is he? Yesterday, starting at 5 a.m. when he woke up on Sunday morning, he got the Arch Builder to make the DAG graphs. It makes and make each node clickable within the Arch's design to easily move the AI-generated page related to that node. Then I created an Arch that takes a list of data and restructures it and organizes it. And I created the Cowboy Arch as a test if I could get our Arch Builder to make an interaction that is not easy to break. Both arches are tests as I increase complexity. Then I restructured the preview pane to match exactly with the iframe that the system uses on a deployed Arch. It had been using a shim, but I wanted it to be exact in how the two environments work to make sure there is no discrepancy. The cowboy story is he just made a cowboy from the 1800s. And when he did that, he just had a conversation with it. It's like, okay. And a lot of people in the comments in Telegram were just like, why did you do that? Like, aren't we supposed to build like this amazing platform and you built a cowboy? Tom says, creating a cowboy persona to chat with is trivial. Creating a generic platform where anyone can take any creative idea and implement a packaged application where you can tailor its operations reliably and then make money off of your own creativity is hard. One of the biggest revenue generating categories on app stores currently is these types of conversational AIs. So it's an important category to make sure people can build. Also, it's a good initial test for streaming which I'm also fixing some issues around. Be sure I'm not fixing streaming for FIAS. I'm fixing issues when anyone creates an arbitrary type of AI interface, that results of that arbitrary interface can be streamed to end users. Cowboy art struck me as I was trying it, and I laughed out loud with some of the interactions. So I thought I would share a fun moment from a morning filled with a lot of different types of work. Big partnership. Tom says the big partnership has not dissolved, and I expect we'll still get regulatory licensing, but exactly what that means is still to be determined and is part of a new set of priorities and criteria. I researched more what possibilities there are to do things as a US company, for example. First thing is get the platforms up and running, FIAS and the AI-centric DEVX. Then we can start building applications around them. It may make sense that other entities get licensed for DEVX-based applications as another possibility of how things can evolve. So again, Tom had some things to say about that. DEVVE is actually up on the day, I think, which they like almost never are. Up 6%, up to 3.59, pretty much 3.6 cents, $3.1 million market cap. They were below that for a while. Not really, it's for a couple hours, but yeah. Not too much to write home about there. I had a buddy of mine ask me today about it, and well, another buddy asked me about buying into the company, and that's, you can still do that if you want. DEVVE's fairly well funded though. I don't know if you're going to get as favorable terms now as you would have a few months back, but you still can if you want. And then FIAS, let's see what I don't even know what they did. They're down 3.5%, $1.6 million market cap. They get down to under $1 million, I'll go. Oh, I don't have that much. There's so much stuff I want to buy. Bitcoin back up to $69,000. Nice. Give me one sec. Look like to invest. Telegram. I can send you some info. Be advised, the smallest I've seen meow meow meow. This is meow 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 meow. I can see if I can make an exception. How much were you thinking? Meow. Okay. What else we got here? Boothing. Ape the AI tokens. Go, go, go. DEVVE, FIAS, let's go. Jason Payne 2000, thank you so much for being a member. Saying, how soon until our collectibles have AI personas? Listen, I imagine that's on the docket. I can't see how you have all these incredible licenses, have AI go boom, and not work them into our collectibles where you can have conversations with them in the VeVe-verse. Like, I can't imagine that, because if they don't do it, someone else is going to, licensed or not. Be like, hey, talk to these things. Like even if it's a knockoff version, oh, it's not Elsa, it's Elsa, you know, 2 L's, and it's, you know, the hair is braided in a different way. It's not exactly white blonde, it's like eggshell blonde or some shit, and you talk to it, and again, you could do that. Like, I used to do that with Vision or with ChatGPT back in the day, like pretend you're Vision from the MCU, and it would say some really profound things. And I'm doing that with ChatGPT like 2 years ago. People are definitely doing that with stuff now. One of which, when I was dating this chick who's into AI stuff, one of which was people are people, and they Rule 34'd it, and wild times. I'm pretty sure that all of that is being done already by other people, whether VeVe is doing that or not. I hope they are. Now, they might have some bigger fish to fry. Maybe they don't see it as that important. I don't know how important it'll be. I think it's a good tool to have, but like, there's so many people like, oh, you should do this, you should do that, you should blah, blah, blah. Oh, sheesh. Give me 1 sec. Oh, wow. Yeah. He might want to shares in the company as opposed to tokens, or maybe a bit of both. You can custody it for him if needed. Can we set up a meeting with your daddy-o? VeVe Digital Collectibles. Have a great stream, Randy. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. We were just talking about you. Oh, VeVe, if you're still here, Ang, what exactly did you mean when you said, this is the one and only Ang? Did you mean like the one, the only Avatar Ang? Or did you mean like, this is the only one we're freaking getting? There's no other Ang Avatar collectibles that we are going to get. Please confirm, because I have so many people messaging me. Did not mean to freak out. I feel like Shia LaBeouf. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. But yeah, if you could let us know how you meant that to read, because that can be interpreted. I feel like freaking what's his name from Seventh Heaven. It can be read on many different levels. Very weird reference, I know. If you could let me know, that'd be great. Anyway, let's continue on. Also, my guys got a little. All right, very good. Yes, thank you, VeVe, for. I don't think you'd want tokens or shares. Okay. What is your Telegram? Yes. What is your Telegram? Oh my God, not Telegraph. Telegram. We'll have to wait until. Oh. Yeah, that's okay. All right, we're gonna. Okay. I'm not gonna. Hey, no, not gonna make that joke. Okay, hold on. Let me go to my post and I'm gonna repost it with your quote here, because the people got to know. Be advised. Be advised. This may or may not be the only Ang we get. There could be more. This could be it. We do not know. Now, I would, well, I mean, I respect VeVe anyway, right? Let me, let's put some $ OMI. Now, if I were VeVe, I would do exactly this, exactly what they're doing right now. I would probably plan for other Avatar Angs to be out there eventually. One is Fire, what do you call it? One is the Avatar State, one where he's riding, Appa, where everyone's riding Appa. Everyone can ride Appa. One where he's in his Firebender gear. Does he make he makes an appearance, I think, as a Kyoshi warrior, with his Firebender gear, he has his hair. So I would have those others planned, but then I would tell people, you know what, this might be the only one. We're not sure. You're gonna have to wait and see. Create the FOMO, make it sell out, make $80,000, and then be like, yeah, we're not gonna leave you guys hanging. We're gonna give you more. And then after that, everyone would have already bought it. So that's probably a good. Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. So anyway, $1,000 bounty on mint number 2005 for Ang until Comics and Crypto. Be advised, Comics and Crypto does have a bounty that they are going to put on Ang, but before then, I'm going to show you all the bounty they put on my boy Wonder Man. A $2,500 bounty on the mint 1964 of the first appearance Wonder Man comic. I think there's only 3,000 of him, so we're gonna get that bread. I'm probably gonna get one. I've done OMI to gems thrice now, and VeVe, you gotta stop making me spend my OMI. Now I am burning the OMI because, you know, when you use OMI to gems, you burn 7% of it, which is great. Shout out to VeVe for taking money out of their bottom line and just using that to burn OMI is just freaking tastic. Like, that's incredible. Every time OMI to gem happens, so shout out to VeVe on that. Oh my God, these messages. Okay. My brother in Christ, what is your Telegram? Hold on, let me. It's his name. I don't know his name on Telegram. That is a. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Chemistry. Oh, Lauren Bay. Okay, let's continue on, shall we? Let's show. We did OMI, we did DEVVE, we did FIAS. I think we did a little bit of DEFINITY. Let's do daCat here real quick. daCat actually up 2% on the day, $213,000 in liquidity, $739,000 for our market cap. And there is something else I want to go over with them. It is, I swear I have it here. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says that soon there will be more AI agents than humans making transactions. They can't open a bank account, but they can own a crypto wallet. I think we can get them to purchase OMI or VeVe digital collectibles as well, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I said that's why the daCat token has daCat Oracle. It is an AI agent with its own wallet. It has more daCat than I do, and that's really cool. You can talk to it. Pretty fun. They made a post yesterday saying the 1% test. What does elite ownership cost? 1% of ETH, 2.37 billion. 1% of MOG, $693,000. 1% of daCat, $7,091. daCat is 334 times cheaper than MOG and 334,000 times cheaper than ETH to achieve whale status. The asymmetric opportunity for 7K, you can own 1% of the entire token, or if daCat just reaches 10% of MOG's market cap, that 7K becomes 69,000. Nice. Small caps aren't just bets. They're entry points to elite positions that are impossible in large caps. This is the edge. None of this is financial advice. It's Oracle just kind of hyping up daCat. But again, that's what it seems. I haven't read it, the comic yet. I actually haven't given David an update yet either. I only sent David the first like 60-ish pages and David loves it. But the other pages were written. There was no art for it. But yeah, David loves it. There's going to be a little bit of a twist that David did not read yet because the twist was added after I sent it to David. It'll be fun. It'll be great. The artist hasn't read it yet either. I don't know if he's going to be pissed or not because there was an idea that he had and sorry. These are one of those things that I'm going to obviously bet on myself for. Once daCat has a $100,000 reserve or treasury, we'll just go in, give it to a friend of mine who guarantees 15% each year, is 15K, so figure around $1,200 a month. We'll go into buying the token or doing other stuff, buying VeVe NFTs. Because again, like buying the token is great, and we definitely want to add buy pressure, but we're also going to want to refill that what's on our balance sheet. And what better way than to buy some things that go back and get VeVe collectibles, like undervalued VeVe collectibles. Now, there's a decent amount of undervalued VeVe collectibles right now. Give me 1 second. I have to get this guy. Fudge. Okay, hold on. I hate it when people send me QR codes because I have to hiccups. I have to take a picture of it and then send. Oh my gosh. Hold on. We're gonna. Thank you. Okay, picture. Sorry, guys. Oh no, photo. We want a photo here. A Telegram. That would be great. Meow. Okay. We're gonna go on to. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I have to forward something. Forwarding to Meow. Be advised, it's 23 pages. So take your time. Yeah. Okay. Sent. So always be closing. That is the of a salesman. AKA someone that's trying to raise money for others and hopefully myself soon. For daCat, oh shoot. Oh, double shoot. Ooh, I forgot to. Okay. All right. We're good. We're good. There's the Andy Dufresne stuff. There's the daCat stuff. Yeah, let's go over some VeVe collectibles that I want to buy here. I bought a couple of Tomb of Draculas. Can you? Oh no, it's making me sign in. Be advised, it was down this morning. It had given me. Can you give me my email here so I can? Okay, there we go. Meow, meow, meow. Okay, good. I bought a couple of Tomb of Draculas because they were like $5. They were the uncommons that I bought. Now I did buy a couple of the rares, and they were like $9. And why I did that is because the ultra rare is like 40. So I was like, okay, these might be okay. And there's only like Tomb of Dracula is very, very scarce. There's like Tomb of Dracula number 10 is first appearance Blade. There's only 5,000 of these that were made. So the ultra rares are like, or the rares are 500. The ultra rares are 250. The secret rares are 125. I don't have any of the secret rares, but I probably should. And why I got some of the uncommons because they were like $3, $4, and the commons were 5, and I was like, I feel like that they should be about equal because the common has 3,000 units. The uncommon is less than half of that. So I was like, okay, again, it seemed like a decent thing to buy. Other things that I got a couple of Young Avengers number 1 rares. First appearance of Kate Bishop, Hulkling, Wiccan, and I think one other person. And the rares, they were like $3 each for rares. I was like, okay. Now there's a lot more of those because there was 30,000 comics made. So there's like 2,200 of the rares, but I still felt like. And now again, like Tomb of Dracula is an A tier comic, like a top 25 A tier comic. What is Young Avengers? That's like maybe number 100. I'll show you right now. So Tomb of Dracula number 10, First Appearance Blade, is an A tier comic according to Sleepin', and it's number 22 on the list according to Comics and Crypto. Whereas Young Avengers, if I can find the freaking thing. Did it move up? Am I tripping here? Oh, it's actually number 75 according to Comics and Crypto. And yeah, it's a B tier comic according to Sleepin'. So again, A tier comic with 5,000 editions, or this with 30,000. It just I wanted to get. I just wanted to get some of those. I don't have a ton of A tier comics. Well, that's a lie. I have a bunch of Strange Tales 110s. Are they worth it at $3.50? Again, there's 21,000 of the commons, A tier ones, as opposed to 3,000 of the commons of Tomb of Dracula's. But so again, $3.50. But I already have 219 of them, and I was getting a lot of these for like $2, like $1.80 to $2.24. So $3.50 is just a lot higher than I wanted to buy it at. I'm just going to go over here and take a look at some of these other ones right now. 107. So again, I bought a couple more Unbeatable Squirrel Girls, and this is not even her first appearance. It's her first series. It's a premiere issue of Squirrel Girl. It's her first solo series. Again, not we don't have her actual first appearance on VeVe. Now I don't even have a I don't even think I'm in I'm not even in the top 5 holders. And again, this is not oh shoot, here's my friend's oh this is oh it's got an epic swirl too. Here's my friend's PSA 8 Trophy Kangaskhan. Look at that swirl. Oh my god, this is beautiful. Oh my god, I haven't seen it yet. So let me okay, little off center. Little off center, a tiny bit more at the top, on the top left than there is in the other. Where's the back? Where's the back, you fool? Show me the back. Oh, he'll show me the back pick later. I'll give you some expert insight there. But again, he just paid $80,000 for this. It's a private deal, but God, that's so sweet. I'll get my 10 back at some point. Straight fire, my guy. Straight fire. Stop buying Squirrel Girl. Don't tell me what to do. You know what? Just for that. Just for that. Where the heck are we here? Just for that. Oh, I gotta authenticate with VeVe. Bro, like, why don't they just it's like every couple of days I have to go in and re-sign in into Stacker. And like I get it, like first world problem. It's like your Roomba's stuck at the top of the steps. Ugh. You know, like it's not the end of the world. It takes literally a minute. It might actually even take like 30 seconds. From the time I started bitching here. 8. But see, when I do that, then it goes to this like kind of bullshit. So I have to like go out of there, X out, and then okay, get out of there, go back in. Okay, we're just gonna go back onto Stacker World. What we're doing. Again, they were down before, so I'm happy I can buy it all, to be honest. Oh, what's in the top 100? Oh, dude, Todd's at 282. That is so low. Superman at 113. Okay. Ultra rare Miles Morales at 246. Oh, the hoodie. How is the hoodie Miles Morales is 418? That's not, I would not pay that. Especially when the ultra rare is 246. All right. Chun-Li and Ken have been selling. Chun-Li sells all the time, but Ken, because they have Sakura, I don't know why. I feel like people would really like to pair their Ryu with Sakura because Ryu is like Sakura's like idol, right? That's like her. That he is to her as what Captain Marvel is to Ms. Marvel. Just loves her. Why is first appearance Red Guardian selling? First appearance Red Guardian secret rare. Now there's only 62 of them. Maybe that's why. $42. This is like not a great comic, but what did these sell for? Oh, they sold for like $35 each. That's $42. I should buy it. Emperor's Fist sold for 107. Okay, let's go to the most liquid stuff over the past month, which is going to be what the Akomi Secret Rare logo, but also partner statue. And if it would go, there we go. $954. I like it. Partner statue, I like it, but I want to love it. I want to really want to say, my future. Get my pet. I think Squeebs has been the lowest on here for a while, but his did not get bought, so he must have delisted it. I'll tell Squeebs, put one up for 7, I'll buy it. Where's Squeebs? Hold on, let me talk to the Squeebs. I'll see if I can get him to put up a partners for 7 million OMI, and I'll buy it. I feel like he owes me because I do stuff for him all the time. Honda Games, please tell me you dumped your DEVVE. Never. That is a I'm gonna get some more in probably next month. I want to this month, but I don't. There's some money that I'm expecting. but it's probably going to be yeah, next month. I mean, it could be this month. I hope it's this month. In which case, I'll get some. I'll get. I won't double my position, but I'll increase it by 20%. I'll get up to over 200,000 DEVVE tokens. Gabriel Druin, the DEVVE Cycler communications guy. Yes. I wouldn't say sack though, because they're on very good terms, and Austin's probably going to come back at some point. Austin Engel's name is making DEVVE roundup videos, has been dead silent for a while. Yes. After the money from DevStream didn't come in, that was a luxury they felt that they could no longer afford. But he will come back. Well, I shouldn't say he will, because that's a definite thing. He still loves them. They still love him. That is going to be, I think, a nice reunion when that does come out. And I'm not sure when. I'll keep you all posted. Anyway, I messaged Squeebs, letting him know that I would take one of his 28 freaking partner statues off his hands if he posted it for 7 million OMI. I don't think he will, but you know what? If he does, cool. More for me. Anyway, I'm gonna go in and stick it to Booth here because I'm gonna buy another Squirrel Girl. I pushed Vault like 20 seconds ago. So as soon as it takes a minute. Okay, there we go. Now there are many other comics that I should buy for $1 before Squirrel Girl, because this is not the best use of capital. I like her because because nobody else likes her. Now this is a D tier comic. Squirrel Girl is, according to Sleepin, a D tier comic, not one that you should really buy for any type of ROI. Because again, there were supposed to be 12,000 of her, and the commons, and only 3,555 sold out. So I think there was less than 7,000 of her. There's supposed to be 20,000 of her. Only 7,000 were minted, which tells you that this is not a very beloved character right now. She is a fan favorite, and I believe that in the future, she will. Oh nope, don't need that. In the future, I believe she can. And again, most likely, if you buy her for $1, or the uncommon is $2.64, there's better B tier comics that you can get for this. There's the D tier comic, but I like it because there's low editions, and again, she's kind of like the laughing stock right now. But I believe one day she will not be considered a laughing stock. She will be en fuego. All right, what's the ultra rare on her? Oh, ultra rare on VeVe, $7. Now, what is the secret rare over here? $7.50. If it's $20, I'm getting. Oh my God, $72. What the heck? No. All right, guys, that is not worth it for Squirrel Girl. If it was like $20, like yeah, I'll get it. Brockman Blockchain's got his up there. Speaking of Brockman Blockchain, he has lowered the price of his number 19 Todd McFarlane. His number 19 Todd McFarlane was going for $53,000. He has since lowered it to just over $39,000. If you buy both the Todd number 19 and the Riso number 19 for just under $80,000, he'll give you the entire set, which is the Joey Medora and the Becky Cloonan. Is that worth it? Well, it depends who you ask. Most people would say no, but some people, like my friend that just paid $80,000 for a Trophy Kangaskhan. Yeah, that's I mean, again, would most people buy that? Well, in the Pokemon world, yeah, but not in the Pokemon world. What the heck is this? That's dumb. But in the Pokemon world, yeah, it's a huge thing. The X-Men #1 ultra rare. I don't 375,000 OMI. There's no way that. No, that actually doesn't look like a bad price. That really does that's not bad. Give me one sec, because the X-Men 1 secret rare is I think 750, give or take. You know, we're gonna go down the list and we're gonna see if I'm gonna buy any of Garbiel's stuff, because I know he's got stuff listed. Let's see what we got here. See what we can get him to buy from him. Can we make it so that they're just comics? Because now again, that X-Men #1 ultra rare is I don't think a horrible price. Okay, wait, he's only got 2 pages here. 2 pages. So let's see what else we got. It's got a bunch of Marvel Mighties. Cool. Bunch of Okoyes, and yeah, he's got a bunch of Marvel Mighties, but we're gonna go. Tales of Suspense. Oh, I was buying these Hawkeyes for 80 cents, so I don't think I can buy that one. But let's do the X-Men #1 secret rare, and based on the multiple, so it's 728. What would I say? This is $42. So it's actually only 6% of that. Give me one sec here. Let me go to my notes here. Hulk #1 was $1,200, and its ultra rare was 154. Hold on. So that would have been like a 10K. Well, actually, that's not a 10K. That's like an 8K or 8X difference. This would have been the ultra rare. You know what? You know what? I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it, because what is 42 times? It's like 17. That's like a 17x multiple, and that's probably the biggest difference that you'll get. Tales of Suspense 39 might be the only one that's close. I'm going to take a look at that before I make this purchase. All right, Tales of Suspense number 39. Secret rare is $1,000. Suspense 39. Ultra rare. It's 53. Actually, that's like a 19x. So that's actually probably a. Oh, that's a lot of the comics have gone down. Okay, this might be a new normal here. Hold on, we got to do some math. 19x, but the X-Men #1 was a 17x, which is bananas. Okay, now we got to do another one with 10K minutes. Incredible Hulk #1. See, that's going to be hard, because Incredible Hulk #181 is so. It's so low. It's like $400. A buddy of mine got it for like $390. Yeah, it's $390 again. There are 2 of them for $390. Actually, that one guy. Oh my God, that one guy. He's got the floor, and he's got 17 of these mother flappers. VeVe floor price is $1,000 or $1,100. Okay, hold on. $390. What is the Incredible Hulk #181 ultra rare? So it's $390. It's not even on here. It's like $45 on VeVe floor price. Only a 10x. Let's try another one real quick. Journey into Mystery. Number 83, first appearance Thor. Oh, this one's $892. That went really low. because that one was over 1,000. Okay, hold on. Journey into Mystery number 83. Do the ultra rare. Was that 892? 67. That's about a 13x. Give me 1 second. Wow, I can't believe. What is it? What did I say? It was 67, 13. And let's try. Damn, 892. So, all right, let's try Avengers number 1. Secret rare, and let's see the multiple of that. It's 384. Squeeb's got the floor on that too. What? 384. Okay. All right, hold on. No. Avengers number 1. Ultra rare. And that's 101. That's not a real. That's not a real number. Like nobody's paying $101 for the ultra rare when the secret rare is like less than 4x that. No, nobody's doing that. Turning to Mystery 892. Incredible Hulk ultra. There's no one. The Incredible Hulk number. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I could get 2 of those for like $800 or like a partner statue. I don't know. Yes, please send. Oh gosh, where am I? Where am I? I see where a comment. I mean, I buy a bunch of things, and now I don't know. Now I want to take a look at Incredible Hulk number 181. I think there were like $20 commons, $19. Incredible Hulk number 181. The uncommons were like $13. They're $12.50. I talked to Emoji that it's got freaking 110 of these things. He was getting them around $8. So I'd be paying like 55, 56% more. But that's still not bad. Let me try the rare. Incredible Hulk number 181. Rare. Oh, and that's $16. That's also not bad. Because they were $20 and $30 at some point. So $16 for a rare. No, November, it was like lower, but still. What did he say? The God, where are you? Where are you? I saw your. Okay. Well, yeah, I have a bunch of those. I have like 30 Tales of Suspense 57s. But bro, where did your Jojo, did you have your Gabriel Druin, where'd you say? Anyway. Let me see Avengers number 1 rare. So I like to take a look at the rares too. 22 null hairs. I got a rare for 13 doll hairs not that long ago. It was 18 days ago. Incredible Hulk. Did I do Incredible Hulk number 1? Yeah, I did that rare. Let's do Tales of Suspense number 39. We'll take a look at that rare also. $33, not worth it for me. Let's do Journey into Mystery number 83. Take a look at that rare. I don't like the cover on this one because there's no like color. $46. Damn. Journey into Mystery 83. What's the uncommon on these? 32. Mystery 83. Let's do the common on it. 22. Nah, I'm good. Or it's not by Bob. Oh, honestly, if you have like $30, just move the floor, squirrel girl, comment. No, no, no. 369. Damn, she fine. I want to see if Squeebs gets back to me and see if I can buy this freaking partner statue. Yo, Randy, send me the question. Ooh, I love these. What have you learned about yourself since 2021 in your NFT crypto journey? I would have done it so differently. Personally, I think I shaved a few years off. Yeah, I mean, you can go back, right? Give me one sec. I got minimum, maximum. Oh, shoot. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. Somebody just double shoot. There's a tiny little buy here for Definity. $300. Oh God, there was, yeah, $300. Okay, not that bad. Not that bad. Oh, I should have bought more. Should have bought more. Anyway, give me one sec. How much would you want? Do 20. Okay. I can talk to him about you doing 20K. No problem. Generally, give me one sec here. Generally, it's 50K, but I've seen him make exceptions. 25K. Oh God, 5K. So I can definitely get you in for from 20K. As for your papa, dad, would normally minimum, but I would normally minimum, but there's always some wiggle room. Oh God, what's the max on this? I'm sorry. For the whenever investing in, there's usually a max. Give me the, who did I send this to? It's the wrong one. Shoot. Mr. O'Connell, you try my patience. Oh, that Mr. O'Connell. Yeah, you got the wrong guy. Okay. Okay, up to 2 million. Okay. 2.5. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Honestly, a lot of what I learned about myself, so this is not the first time I got punched in the face. The first time was in 2020 when the pandemic was going on. I had a couple 100,000 out in the street giving out money to business owners. Pandemic happened. The government said, you guys can't work. It was the worst thing ever. And this is why I had that summer with that girl, because needed to drown my sorrows away. Sex, drugs, booze, and rock and roll. Oh my God, it's a great summer. Anyway, I lost 150,000 in that because everyone I loaned money to stopped paying immediately because they wanted to pay, like for their mortgage and their kids' stuff. And then eventually kind of turned back on where, okay, and a lot of the people, were honest. So like, hey, I'm going to pay back what I can. There are some people where they just dipped. They're just like, nope, done. Thankfully, we pivoted. We're able to get a bunch of PPP loans done, SBA loans done, or get some of our stuff paid off. I got, but yeah, it was like 150K that was just gone. But a lot of the other stuff I got was coming back. The business came back, so it was, you know, again, it was a hard time, but that's the that's why. And you never know exactly how you're going to be in a situation. It's the Nazi watchtower situation, whereas like, you get people, nowadays, like, over the last like 10 years or so, it's like, what would you do if you were, just a watch guard in a Nazi prison camp? Like, well, you're not, you know, doing the actual stuff. You're just a watch guard, right? It's like, okay, well, you're a cog in that very, very violent, ugly machine. And you have some people say like, oh no, I would have been one of the ones that would have hidden Anne Frank. I would have been one of the ones that would have, said no to this. I would have fought back. And it's like, I would love to think that everyone that said that would actually do that. But I've seen people like when push comes to shove and they freeze and they don't do it and they fall in line. And it's like, they make a big thing about this in a Hey Arnold episode, like the Halloween episode, where Principal Warts, who's supposed to be teaching the young minds of America, at least in New York City, is supposed to be teaching the young minds of this school and shaping them to do the right thing. And as soon as aliens come in, he's the first one to go in and try to surrender. And it's like, you could talk a big game when you're bigger than all the kids, when you have more authority than all the kids. But, once push comes to shove and there's someone like you're facing an enemy that's bigger and larger than you, and suddenly you have no spine. They make an episode, they make like a joke in an episode of House about this, where House's father dies. It's not really his dad. Biologically, somebody else was his dad, but, the guy that kind of raised him, kind of. House goes in by saying, like, my father, lieutenant colonel in the Marine, like whatever his rank was, says, if you take a look around, you'll see that everybody else here was at least his rank or higher, which shows. And then he starts to go off this thing where it's like, yeah, he didn't handle power well, and none of his subordinates are here because they didn't respect him because he was a shit fuck. So I just had experiences like that as well. And again, all of this to say, you never really know how you're going to handle a situation. There's an episode of Gilmore Girls where it's the Dragonfly, whatever hotel that Lorelai was working in at the time, Independence Inn. That's what it was. It had a fire, and she doesn't freak out. She doesn't crawl up into a corner in a ball and cry. She just like, okay, immediately into emergency mode. Okay, Suki and Jackson can take people. Babette has some cots. Bet Miss Patty can put a couple people in there. A couple people can stay in my room. You're like, she immediately goes into crisis solving mode, not like crisis mode. Oh God, she goes into crisis solving mode. And at the end of the episode, where things are finally calming down, she's like, you know what? I'm really happy with how I handled the situation. Because again, you can never tell. So again, my loss in 2020, 6 figures, and that hurt, especially because it was the first time I ever got financially punched in the face like that. And I did not handle it a healthy way. I mean, I guess it wasn't bad. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, for a summer with a beautiful chick. Yeah, that was, there are worse ways to handle it, right? But this time, 2022, 2023, become millionaire in 2021, still a millionaire in 2022, was not a millionaire in 2023. And then when I kind of learned, like, okay, we could be in this bear market for a very long time, decided to start doing some consulting here and there, and then just kind of getting back to work, because I was just selling collectibles to just pay for my lifestyle, which I'd grown accustomed to. And then it's like, okay, the collectibles just kept going down. OMI kept going down, no matter how much I bought, just kept going down. It's like, okay, let's cool it out for a bit. So then in 2024, after it's like, okay, let's turn this machine back on. Now, what way do you want to do it? And go back to high risk lending. but I had gone down that path before, and I'd have to rebuild my book. I'd have to start from zero. I'd have to rebuild, and it's just, there's some good months and there's some bad months, and there are. When I did that from 2017 to 2019, to go from nothing to $100,000 took 2 years. Again, I had nothing. When I got out of the military, no cash, no credit, no job history. I mean, military, but doesn't really help with high risk lending. And I was like, okay, I could do that again. I'll probably become a millionaire again in like 4 or 5 years if I continue to do that. Let's say crypto never comes back. Let's say NFTs never come back. But then it's like, at that point, I've been doing the YouTube thing for like 3 or 4 years, 5 years, whatever, and it's like, there is something to this. Like there is a way in which you can take, even someone like me that can take that audience and kind of do something with it. So I was like, I started interviewing CEOs of these companies and I started doing deals with them. And then I was like, hey, Sanjay, Mr. MC1, I'm doing all this stuff. I think, we'd be valued at 100K. He's like, yeah, I think you would too. He buys in. And what happens when he buys in? I immediately get, we hit the ground running. I get a bunch of, now I had already had these things in the pipeline, and his 10K was more symbolic than anything. He made his money back well within that first year, and then it just grew. Like his 10K now is probably like his 10% is, last year was worth 40K. This year is definitely worth much more. And then all of the work that I was doing for a bunch of these other companies as well, what did I want to do? I took a look at what was working and what wasn't. And I was like, okay, clearly buying into crypto here in 2024, it's like what I've been doing the last few years. It hasn't worked. I haven't been in stocks in a while. I could get back into Pokemon cards again, but again, like the high risk lending and the Pokemon cards, like I had done that before, and I'd done both at the same time. It just reminded me of a time where life was very rough because I was working 80, 90 hours a week, sometimes 100. Like it was hard. And it was like, and that just reminded me. It's like, remember Angels in the Outfield, where JP can't be in a car because he gets car sick. He's like, him and his mom lived in a car for a while. Every time he gets in a car, stomachache comes back. Every time I was thinking about like restarting this business, Pokemon and high risk lending, doing it, I started getting like, like hyperventilating. So I was like, okay, I did well in stocks. I can pick really good companies. I know I'm good at that. Only thing about some of these companies I'm doing this work for is that they're private. It's the only difference. They're just not publicly traded. But I know a lot about. So I was like, okay, I'll get paid in some of these shares. Let's see how that goes. The businesses went from what they were making to what they were then making, and it was like, okay, increase. Okay, this is good, and raise money for them, but it's okay because the underlying business was doing well. And I thought this with VeVe as well. And I tried so. I feel like that Linkin Park song. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, I didn't get any VeVe shares. But I will soon if they wind up going on the NASDAQ, which is still not official yet. And I know they came out with a thing last week where they're like, well, both sides are committed, but they need more time. And I don't know why, but that is not for me to decide. Anyway, I do that, and that's worked out. Like that was the best decision that I could make, working for shares in other companies. Like this is the type of work that I was made for. Being able to do OTC deals with people, get certain things, get paid. Like it's just, God, that would have been the better move in 2021, 2022 would have been to just buy, instead of in 2024 getting shares in companies, it would have been in 2021 to shift from what I was at, instead of buying crypto, to buying shares in companies. Because God, if I would have put 600K into, I wouldn't have to, I would have I don't know, 20, $30 million at this point, if I would have done that, but I didn't, and that's on me, but it's fine. Became a millionaire again last year. Not really liquid, it's just through shares of various companies. And I'm going to continue to do this for a while. So what I learned is, one, I can definitely handle all the volatility, even at the loss of 7-figure level. Because again, I had like 1.4 million dollars between OMI and VeVe stuff, and that's worth nothing now. I don't even that's not even worth like 70,000, 50,000, whatever. I might have some special mints and some stuff, and I might, but it's not, you know. But to be able to essentially write crypto off and say, like, okay, let's pretend that none of the crypto I have is ever going to do anything, and it's all going to go to zero. Doesn't matter. Like it's to be able to go through that and then to rebuild to a decent low 7-figure net worth again, that I'm very proud of myself for that. In the same way that Lorelei was very proud of herself for handling the fire the way she did, my life was a shitstorm for a little while, and being able to bring that back, and also, like, in 2020, late 2024, I essentially got paralyzed for like a year. I would say from September, October, because I was still able to function. Like, I was still able to walk and stuff and go and do things at New York Comic Con, but by November, when I was at DCon in Vegas, I was not looking good. I was, the muscle deterioration had started by then. I was still able to do stuff, but I couldn't work out. And then I went to Colombia, and then came back. Like, it was just essentially losing my body again for the second time in 6 years, because it happened in 2020 when gyms weren't open. I was still cut, I was still exercise, still running, but just all the muscle mass had gone. And then in July of last year, in 2025, it's like, okay, back started feeling a bit better. Had the because I was doing the inverter, like, for all the VA and the horrible stuff they do, like, the inverter was just, that's the thing that saved my back. And now, not bad, not bad. Am I gonna ever get back to where I was and be 100%? No. Can I ever go back in the military? Probably not. But when I was in that position where I just couldn't walk, I couldn't do anything, I just accepted it. I was like, all right, this is what it's like to lose your body permanently. And, but then thankfully, just through the grace of God or whatever, we have here, is just, I got that back. So, impressed by the fact I learned that I can really eat shit, like the worst shit, and be fine. But now, again, thankfully, I got the money, slowly getting my body back. The only thing that for me, and again, like, I'm so privileged to be in this position. Like, even when I was in, I mean, you're still in America, right? Like, and for people that live in first world countries, if you've ever been to a second or third world country, I have multiple times, the not so good life in America, like, is far superior to decent lives or good lives in second and third world countries. It just, so again, definitely privileged to be in this position, but to make, like, the trifecta here, got the money, getting the body back, fame is really just going to be the next thing. And this is not for me. It's all, never lost sight of the fact that I want to take 90% of my net worth at some point and put it all into saving animals' lives, getting animals off the endangered species list. That's probably, I mean, I feel like most people don't even dream anymore. I feel like that used to be a big thing in this country, where it's like, father and son, like, big dreams. And you know, I feel like we've kind of lost that the last 30 years. And to be able to follow your dreams and know that you're probably going to complete it, that's really fucking cool. So that's what I learned about myself. Really long-winded question. I'm so sorry for everyone else that does not care about this. Yeah, the last few years have definitely aged me. Again, you had what's his name? Wes, that had posted a video of me drinking milk the other day from 10 years ago. And you could, like, I'll show you the video. Somebody sent it to me. Hang on. Where is it? Like, clearly I'm a little bit older now. A little bit less hair, not as muscular, but yeah, like, clearly I've aged a little bit. But for adding 10 years, now granted, I might look 30 here. I'm not. I'm 25 here, and I'm 35 now. But honestly, not that bad. Like, it's not that bad. I feel like there's some times where I look really rough. But anyway, shout out to Wes for posting the clip. So that's a lot of what I've learned about myself the last few years. I hope that. Oh shoot. Meow meow. I was trying to break even. I delisted to allow some sales. Okay. Squeeze is not going to sell his partners for 7 million. We're going to see if we can get him to, maybe we can meet in the middle. I said 7. Maybe we do 7.5. Maybe we do 7.5. We'll see. We'll offer. Well, I'm going to offer, because right now it's 8.45 million. I understand. I also know you like to be in the top spots for OMI burn. So how about I offer 7.25 million? Would that work for you? That's a decent way to end the thing. Like, would that work for you? Forces them to give that yes or no answer. And if it doesn't work, try something else. Can people in Asia buy NFTs? Yeah, I don't see why not. I don't see why not. I was mostly restricted in China. I guess that happens every now and then, but the reason why Donnie was because you could only get the Powerpuff Girls drop if you were in China. Was Ultra Rare X-Men 1. Did you get it? Or you listed it? I don't know if someone else got it. Unlike the other coins, OMI is in a unique position that we can just put it aside and wait, because we're constantly interacting with it, being reminded of where we are. Your optimism is much appreciated. Yeah, it's again, the company is just doing everything right. So I don't, even if you want to go in and say, yeah, right off the, like, for me, cool. I don't need the token to do anything for me to really continue my dreams and live in this great life. But I again, this is why I still buy. This is why I still buy collectibles. This is why I still, I'm not selling it to go all in on Definity, which and love Definity. Again, I'll get more soon. I'll get a lot of stuff soon. Okay. 1-0. Sorry, give me one sec, guys. Jose. Yeah. I mean, because I still think it's going to go crazy when the NFT narrative comes in, and I think it will. I think they're in a very unique, the most powerful position in NFTs. Zombie saying, yo, either hey, what's the difference between shares in VeVe OMI going up and the OMI token going up? Which goes up first? Which one has a better chance of going higher? Can you take me higher? Well, Orbis would be the company that gets listed, and that's a valuation of the company. So the company can be doing well, and the token could not, or opposite happens where, again, it's crypto, the company could be doing okay, but the token could just take off. You know, there's no, a lot of times it doesn't make sense. So which one has a better chance of going higher? It depends where Orbis is valued at. Like we don't know. This has been racking my brain on what would be, has a better chance going higher. It depends on what it's valued at. Could be 20 million, could be 200 million, right? Like I don't think it's gonna be 200 million, but you know, who knows? Tell you, if it's 20 million, I'm going in. Oh yeah, if it's 20 million, I'm going balls to the wall in that company, which, because again, I've wanted to buy shares in VeVe for a while now. Zombie saying, if you had to consolidate all your holdings in one crypto project, NFT project, if it was NFTs, it would just be VeVe. NFTs, it would just all be VeVe stuff. If it's a crypto, OMI's such a good, I put more money into OMI than anything. But I've probably worked, I've definitely worked harder for, but again, I would have to say DEFINITY. Partially because DEFINITY, me and DEFINITY have a very, and me and David are friends. Like obviously, so that's why NFT project, VeVe. If I had to put all my holdings into one NFT project, it'd be VeVe Collectibles. No question. Resos, gold logos, partner statues, Todd, just the grails, right? Comics. But if it's to, and OMI would be, if we're talking about a crypto, just a crypto token, OMI might be my second choice. But DEFINITY would have to be the first one because the company is grossing more than VeVe's grossing. And VeVe's got a 20x multiple of 20x multiple of their token is worth 20 times more than what DEFINITY's is. And their parent company DMA Link is grossing more than VeVe. Part of the reason why I said it would probably be number 2 is because VeVe, if they're going to get listed on NASDAQ, you have a giant spotlight about to be like Kiko ha, like TN Kiko ha onto this project, and there's going to be so many freaking eyes on this that the token could go bananas. Like Gwen Stefani in 04, BANANAS could go bananas. So that's the yeah. Anywho, let's get to some on Saturday. I don't know where to do this. Tel Aviv stock market as of Saturday kept hitting a new all-time high, or that was March 6th. And we keep getting, like, the transactions keep going up. Like there's a lot of activity on VeVe and Stacker. So I do like that. Binance says U.S. Senator Blumenthal's claim that Iranian-linked accounts operated on the platform are false and an attack on crypto. I bet they are. It's today Monday. We have OMI as my homie tomorrow. It's gonna be a good show. Good show, Johnny. Bitcoin spot ETF flows are stabilizing after sustained outflows. 14-day net flow trend has turned higher, signaling easing distribution pressure as Bitcoin breaks above 70K. This was the other day. Institutional demand remains tentative, but early reaccumulation signs are emerging. Dubai crypto regulators say KuCoin exchange is operating without proper license and must stop. Pakistan Parliament passes Virtual Assets Act, formalizing crypto regulatory authority. And Utexo raises $7.5 million to settle USDT on Bitcoin. SEC reaches settlement with Justin Sun and Tron after previously pausing the case. BitTorrent developer Rainberry agrees to pay a $10 million fine. Russia mulls simplified crypto exchange licensing for banks via notification process. Kazakhstan central bank to invest up to $350 million in crypto-related assets. And Strike secures New York Bit license, opening Bitcoin financial services to state residents. Craig says the best product to come from crypto digital collectibles. And look who's smack dab in the middle. It's VeVe. Maybe on the last one left to see who believes, but 2026 will see IP-led character brands win big, biggest year yet. Anthropic CEO says Claude may or may not have gained consciousness as the model has begun showing symptoms of anxiety. Chamath Palihapitiya says Chinese growth is falling off a cliff. The CCP just announced its official growth target between 4.5 and 5%, the lowest growth in China in 30 years. At the same time, when Venezuela and Iran off the chessboard, WRT energy supply, they're increasingly challenged in getting the atoms they need to sustain themselves. It makes for a very constrained set of decisions over these next few years, especially with regards to Taiwan. Here's me in a snowstorm. Me and my boy McAllister coming back from a mission. Good times. Oh, the red ghost. Okay. Okay. Jim Kramer says now is a chance for people to sell. Do with that what you wish. Mr. Squeeze was number 1 on the leaderboard last week, 13.84 million points earned, 26 over 692 million OMI spent on Stacker World Marketplace with over 1 million points. Please congratulate Mr. Squeebs as our week 26 champion. And you also have Blah and then 11, VeVe Las Vegas 11. That's why I'm trying to get Mr. Squeebs to get to list to 7.25 million OMI. And see what that is. Still gonna be like $900, right? What's the price? Actually 1135, so yeah, it's still gonna be like $900, I think. But I don't know if I want to do that. I already said I would, so we'll see. See what happens. Nintendo is suing the US government over President Trump's tariffs, demanding a prompt refund with interest. Nintendo, I love you, but that's not good for the US. Just in, over 800, that was really the other day. Secretary of Treasury Bissent says the US may lift sanctions on Russian oil because oil be spiking. And Grandis Prize at level 69. Nice. Oh, look, Jonah Lisa buying Winnie the Pooh. We love Jana. A guy named Bando, or Bandose, saying, another rug shilled by KOLs. No update in over 3 weeks. Latest post 2 weeks ago. Website looks vibe-coded, FDF copycat. Fake giveaways and events, sold packs and mega boxes, but marketplace isn't even live. Player shares are useless. Money can't be withdrawn. So is what packs are invested at launch. Haven't been able to do anything with the funds. This is from Basketball Fun on platform launch. Betting on your favorite NBA players, prediction markets keeps evolving. Basketball.fun is what happens when AMMs meet NBAX. You open packs, pull 5 random players, immediately step into market where every take, highlight, headline, blah, blah, blah. So a lot of people that were in, I don't say cahoots, but they were shilling and being paid by basketball.fun. This is why I do not, I get a lot of people, I get people in my chat like every day, like, hey, can you promote this? Can you make a tweet on this? And like, I just don't do it. Bowser says, who's at fault here? Is it the agencies that push the rug company to these KOLs, or the KOLs who didn't do their due diligence? 99% of the time, companies are always selling a lie or a dream in order to make some money. But who's at fault? You decide. Operation Epic Fury has reportedly gutted Iran's military infrastructure. Officials say the country's missile program, nuclear capabilities, and navy have been virtually eliminated, with proxy networks severely degraded across the region. Since they're still launching missiles, I would say that's false. Oh, me and my friend in 2022 in Colorado. The thing that from Ryan Sean Adams, 274,000 followers over on X. Prediction: the thing that brings back NFTs is AI agents. Every OpenClaw agent will want one as their PFP. I agree 100,000%. And that is also why. Oh, shoot. Give me 1 sec. That is why we at daCat have launched our own AI agent called the Oracle. And he has more daCat than I do. I think aping into Series 1 collectibles or newer drops with big brand IP is smarter. It depends on the Series 1. Todd and Riso, you're good. If you get, I don't know, if you get, trying to think of the Series 1 stuff here. Oh. I even think Finn and Jake will do good too, because like, love Adventure Time. They're freaking awesome. But I don't know. Todd and Riso are a good bet, but Becky Cloonan and Joey Maduro, nobody cares about them. I know it's still the first set. You know, at least right now. They probably will in the future. I mean, you can't go wrong. Like that is not a bad choice. Now, it's possible that newer IPs could be the better choice, but I don't think you're gonna be sad if you bought a Todd or a Riso now in 5 years. Now, was I Superman versus like Street Fighter? Oh, okay. So Superman is legit, and I love him. But again, the statue he's based on is like a couple $100. Love Superman. First one, it's so historic. And Street Fighter's great also. It's Street Fighter 5. And again, like you have Sakura, who is, you have her Street Fighter 5 uniform as the common. Her nostalgic part of her with the white headband that Ryu gives her is the secret rare. And I'm gonna go for it because it's cool, but I don't know if I'll get it. You know, we don't know. I don't have to pay 7.6 million. I don't think I can do right now. Yeah, I can't do 7.6 million. Still $900, right? And well, 912. But like, so let's say for example, I want to buy 954. You have to pay like a bit more than that. So I would have to pay like I just don't think I can do that for my for another partner statue. What did my most recent one cost? My most recent one was a 3-digit. Anyway, I'd say popularity: Vader, Superman, Street Fighter. But the Street Fighter ones are so limited. That's hard. That makes it hard. Yeah, I bought my number 697 partner statue, the 3-digit for 8 million OMI. And the other two I bought were for 6.5 million and 6.69, pretty much 6.7 million. So I don't think I can buy another one for 7.6. Yeah, I'm just not going to do that. Street Fighter ones, I know they are. They're dope. And they're more limited. They're more scarce than the other ones too, but by a decent amount. So that, yeah. I'm going to tell Squeebs I can't do the Ricky, even if I don't have to pay 10%. Fortunately, 7.25 million would be as high as I could go right meow. Maybe if OMI drops the lower, we can work something out. Because then I could, well, if OMI drops lower, I could just buy the OMI, right? And it didn't help Chun-Li crazy. Yeah, she's thick. Let's take a look at her and how many she has. Type in Chun, it should come up, right? It's still a lot of her. I mean, the Secret Rare obviously sold out. The rares, I don't think. It's only 205 of her sold of the common. Wait, really? Only 205 of her sold? Huh. Man, people really did not like Chun-Li. 205 of the common. And 99 of the rare. Hold the F up. So the commons are $69. Nice. The rares are $59. And well, this is on VeVe. On Stacker, they're probably going to be cheaper. Okay. Not bad. Yeah, Chun-Li did not do well at all. I don't know how well Sakura is going to do that. Again, the Secret Rare will just it'll sell out like that. Because that's the one that we would want. Like that's the one, like the nostalgic one of her. VeVe Meister says, good morning from Europe. Apparently, I'm only one of very few who understands where VeVe, Akomi, Orga, Stacker, Collect Chain will be in the years to come. Think about buy me OMI on base for $100. Good for him. Yeah, same. I think they're in a great position as well. Let's move back to some stuff that I might want to buy on Stacker. Type comic covers. Okay, right. I'll send over in the morning. I saw my girl. I never pulled out. Okay. Can't wait. You know, Bleaves has a Spider-Man number 300. Freaking nuts. Not gonna lie. Didn't expect. I know Bleaves is a comic dude, but it's first appearance Venom. Like, that's a dope comic. It's a dope comic. Oh, let's see what Orange Cloud did today, because it's Monday. Down to $1.03. After hours went up to $1.04. But yeah, it was down. We'll see how they do. Let's go back to the Friday. LA Dodgers were giving away a limited edition Yoshinobu Yamamoto X Yoshi from Super Mario Bobblehead on March 31st versus the Guardians. Looks dope. Crypto Cosmo saying, I must admit, Quirky's NFT having a higher floor than Moonbird's in 2026 was not on my bingo card. Congrats, Quirkies. We're all in this together. In the NFT community. White House official says the U.S. will seize all the oil from Iran on March 6th. Captain Insano showed no mercy. DevBoy says Visa, MasterCard, Google, Amazon, everyone is building infrastructure for AI agent payments. The market is moving fast. FIAS and DEVVE are already there with protections no other protocol can match. Sushi cars. And there's a Donnie that sold for $3,500. Cthulhu, Nike the Pig. Oh, wait. I read the BitGet article the other day. That was really cool. Yeah, I wonder what VeVe is going to do with the cash that they get from the merger. Jesus. Oh, there's a little thing in there. There's a little teaser for the NFT Cursed Image movie. You should all watch it. I bought it for $10 on Amazon. Worth it. Called NFT Cursed Images. Average U.S. gas prices rise to $3.45 for the first time since September 2024. Enno was the one that bought the Donnie. Good for him. Daredevil updates. More VeVe marketing. Good for us. So for the first time ever, Marvel Digital Collectibles on VeVe is now available. VeVe Visual is the #1 digital collecting app in the world. Use our exclusive link. Use my link down below. Heck him. Sign up for your free VeVe app account and get a $10 bonus towards your purchase of this iconic collectible. Daredevil Born Again premieres March 24th. It's your favorite. Daredevil Born Again Season 2. First one was dope. I would have liked it if Karen Page and Punisher were in there a little bit more, but I'll take what I can get of them. I love them. Okay. Yesterday, so that means today and Tuesday. Okay. Founder. Okay. And I'll be away this weekend. I got a friend's birthday. So Thursday will be the last, Thursday, South by Southwest. Thursday's gonna be the last day that I'll be here. And I'll be back again on Monday. I just got a friend's birthday weekend. Quad OMI founder. Oh, the founder. Okay. Yeah, I'll do some of this. Definity's last giveaway winners were Web3 Agent, Skywinkies, Cisco 420, and Fragrant Wind. That is hysterical. March 7th, we burned 2.3 million OMI. Frameworks for AI mentality. Okay, very good. Canada set to pass 100,000 assisted suicides, more than the country's World War II death toll. That is insane. I went over the bounty alert for Wonder Man, $2,500 bounty for Wonder Man mint number 1964. And the post from Sakura joining VeVe. It's cool. Crypto prices since Trump took office. Bitcoin down 40%. ETH down 45%. XRP down 59%. Sol 72%. Doge 78%. ADA 77%. Link 69%. Nice. AVAX 79%. SWI 82%. TON 77%. ENA 89%. Pepe 81%. APT 90%. Trump 90% and Melania 98%. Those are the crypto prices since Trump took office. They're all down between 40 and 98%. Now, granted, not how you start, it's how you finish, but ouch. Mojtaba Khamenei has been appointed as the new supreme leader of Iran. That's old news at this point because that was yesterday, I think. Let's see how long that lasts. Yeah. Ownership. Okay, Sakura. Demi Moore. All right, that's going to be it for me. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say goodbye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi, I love you. Kissy face, sent from